Sometimes the camera sees what no one else does. These people had no idea they were being watched, but what happened next will absolutely shock you. From bizarre behavior to unbelievable moments, you won't believe what was caught on tape. He was thrilled to visit the pastry shop, dreaming of cakes and cookies. But things went downhill fast when he accidentally turned into a one-man demolition crew. As a kid, he trained hard every day to become a professional footballer. Unfortunately, this is the only goal he ever scored. They walked in just to buy a perfume. Simple, right? But out of nowhere, a shelf came crashing down toward them. A shocking moment they never saw coming, luckily with no one hurt. This hardworking young woman proved that women can handle tough physical jobs just as well, if not better. The CCTV camera captured something unexplainable. Before this, I might have doubted the existence of ghosts, but now I'm not so sure. What do you think? When they got home, they were met with total chaos in their backyard. After checking the security camera footage, they realized Mother Nature was to blame. A powerful force that destroys everything in its path. He wanted to show off his new motorcycle to impress the girls, but it didn't take long before instant regret kicked in, because he ended up embarrassing himself big time. Here's why you should always drive carefully in residential areas. He's probably one of the few people who hates winter even more than I do. The ice froze right in front of his door, making it really hard for him to get inside. Tell us in the comments which movie scene this video reminds you of. Of course, it wasn't hard to guess the final destination. This is exactly why I never like driving behind trucks. Luckily, no one was injured in this case. Sometimes it's just not our day, and maybe it's better if we just slept through it. An incredible clip straight from the streets of Istanbul. Out of nowhere, a satellite dish falls from a tall building, landing shockingly close to this man. Looks like his guardian angel was definitely working overtime today. Before we continue, I'd like to ask you to leave a like and subscribe, and drop a comment telling us which country you're watching from. We'd love to know where most of our amazing audience comes from. As he walks across the frozen lake, it feels like he's stepping on a glass floor suspended above a breathtaking painting of winter's quiet magic. A massive flock of birds burst from the field, as if answering a distant call only they can hear. Just as the fisherman landed his catch, a massive wave crashed over him. But luck held steady, and both he and the fish stayed on board, soaked but safe. The man at the NASCAR track looks like he's seen every lap, and survived with a storm of noise in his mind. Beside the divers, a thin, translucent snake-like figure drifted gracefully. Perhaps a mysterious ocean cleaner, a silent guardian of the depths, shadowing their every move. The avalanche tore down the mountain like a blind white beast, swallowing the forest in a silence louder than any scream. The window screen has become a strange border crossing, with hundreds of insects tapping from the outside like they're pleading for a visa to the glowing paradise within. He held the cleaver like a relic from a forgotten war, so sharp it seemed the air itself cracked as it passed by. As if it has a will of its own, the sensitive plant folds its leaves at a touch with the grace of a creature that knows when to retreat. Plant that defends itself not with thorns, but with a shy gesture. They're ferrying a pickup across the river on 3 boats. Fast and cheap transport, until you see the precarious balancing act that turns a simple crossing into a heart-pounding adventure. On the horizon appears a strange sight, a city seemingly floating on the water, an illusion crafted by the play of light and mist, reminding us how often our eyes can trick our minds. The smell of fuel, the roar of engines, and thousands of eyes locked on the track. This isn't just racing, this is low-altitude flying. Like nature tearing a page from its frozen history, the ice breaks off with a deep, echoing crack. What's left behind is a silent monument to time, hidden beneath the surface until now. He's not just making cotton candy, he's slowly turning into one. Racing through the trees, one wrong move away from disaster. The forest doesn't forgive, but today it lets him pass.
Holy crap.
The place built to fight disasters has become one. Several fire trucks lie crushed beneath the ruins. A towering crane battles fierce winds, but nature's force proves stronger. The giant begins to fall, reminding us how fragile even the tallest structures can be. Small avalanche cascades beside the cable car. A stark reminder that today, the mountain holds its own rules. Ready for her first jump but forgot to pack a face for the wind's welcome party. A man dives clutching a ball, then lets go sending it flying like a spark against the sky. The crowd watches in awe as cars drift skillfully, weaving and dodging with precision, turning every near miss into a showcase of driving mastery. The wife suspected that this might happen. They did not know that camera was watching them. 2 fighter jet pilots are mid-flight when one tries to take a sip of water, but gravity has other plans. The water floats, the pilot struggles, and both burst into laughter. A man vacuum packs a towering stack of pillows piled higher than himself and watches as the mountain of fluff slowly collapses into perfect order. From the shore, the ship seems to float in mid-air as an optical illusion blurs the line between sea and sky, turning reality into a trick of the light. Two men are cruising in an old Mercedes when suddenly the hood flips open and smashes the windshield. Luckily, no one is hurt, but the car clearly had other plans. This man found the perfect fishing spot right in the middle of the river where the water flows around him and patience meets precision. This cat lies peacefully in the middle of the restaurant as if it owns the place. Everyone quietly walks around like loyal guests in her kingdom. Tourists stand calmly as water flows down the street like nothing unusual is happening, watching the scene unfold with the curiosity of people on vacation.
Goodbye, everybody. It was nice knowing you.
A group of photographers stands beneath a massive bridge in the middle of a heavy downpour, capturing something so surreal it makes the rain fade into the background. On the beach lies a huge transparent jellyfish as big as a frying pan, a mesmerizing creature from the depths that looks almost unreal in the sunlight. A towering tree, weighed down by ice covering every branch, bends under the relentless burden until finally, the heavy frost proves too much and the trunk snaps with a powerful crack. On a vast minefield, explosions erupt one after another, sending clouds of dust into the air. From one blast rises a perfect round smoke ring, drifting slowly upward like a ghostly breath in the sky. Dark, oily residue washes ashore, leaving stubborn stains on the sand and rocks. A harsh reminder of the fragile balance between nature and pollution. A mailman arrives to find chaos in the yard as a bear roams freely while the owners shout in panic. But he stays calm, stands his ground, and somehow manages to scare the bear away. A cargo ship sits in the harbor, slowly sinking as the water swallows it piece by piece until it disappears beneath the surface like a fading memory. A girl dives beneath the surface, moving gracefully through the water as if she belongs to the sea itself. Something in the dish wriggled like tiny worms, swaying as if alive. Heat and mystery turned the meal into a living illusion. In the heart of the desert, a black stream flowed across the sand as if ink had spilled from the earth itself. It gathered into a dark pool, a quiet, shimmering secret beneath the blazing sun. When chopsticks came close, the seafood snapped like it was still alive. A strange mix of freshness, nerves, and a bite of surprise. The tree balanced on a thin, almost unreal trunk, while its branches above remained full and calm, as if nothing was unusual. The sight felt like a natural trick, both puzzling and fascinating at once. A slimy black creature wrestling with a scorpion, nature's unexpected duel between softness and armor. It's a raw glimpse into survival, where every fight tells a story of strength and resilience. A strange scene unfolded on the street. Rainstorm confined to a single circle, pouring only on that spot like a sky sprinkler gone rogue. It was as if nature decided to paint a tiny, wet masterpiece amidst the dry pavement. Between the clouds, the sunset formed an emoji as if the sky was winking at the world below. A fleeting, joyful message written in light and color. In the dark water, tiny glowing organisms lit up like an underwater LED show. With every ripple, the sea danced in sparkles, a living light display born from nature's magic. With each sweep of the hand through shallow water, glowing trails follow like strokes of light. It feels like painting on the sea using bioluminescence as your brush. A muddy pool in the ground flickers with fire at its center, as if the earth itself exhaled a hidden flame. A rare moment where water and fire share the same space in quiet defiance of nature's rules. In the water, a soft green shape was speckled with tiny white dots, delicate eggs resting on its surface. Then, all at once, they slipped away like nature letting go of a quiet secret. Tiny black and gray creatures darted through the water, almost too small to follow. Mysterious and lively, they carried the quiet energy of an unseen underwater world. While diving, she found what looked like a puddle resting calmly on the seafloor. A shimmering illusion in the deep. In truth, it was a pocket of trapped air, holding its shape like a secret mirror underwater. A strange sight, a tree burning from the inside, while its outer bark remained untouched. It looked like the forest was hiding fire in its veins, quietly glowing from within. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more amazing content. Drop a comment below and let us know what you thought. We love hearing from you. See you in the next video.